flip on the book of face. Yeah, I know where to go. There's a man over there into the music scene, showing lots of love for the community with great advice. I know who I should go see. So around town radio show is where I go for the latest band info. So around town radio show for the music that comforts my soul. It's the All Around Town Radio Show.
All right.
The All Around Town Radio.
All right, we're getting our act together here. We are. Welcome to the program, everybody. It's been a day. It has. Welcome. Hope you're all having a great day out there. It is Monday. It is our weekend update right here.
It's the Weekend Review. It's a Bible coming for you. Speaking with the fans, sometimes they don't show well. Whatever, man.
Oh, yeah.
Clubbing who's playing out off the open jam with the who's who of talent. Come Friday night, ready to raise some hell. With all around, you know, plan to do it well.
All right. That's our friends from Sweet Sister Mercy bringing us our theme song here. Welcome to the program, everybody. It is Monday. We're going to do a recap of our weekend. Hopefully you had a great weekend of live local music. Maybe you did. Let's see who's in the comments section so far today. Jimmy Kilroy joining the party. Good picture of you I got over the weekend, Jimmy. Yes. Quentin, sporting the ladder shirt, my brother. Yes. What a show you had. We're going to talk at length about that here real soon. We will. Ed Sawicki in the house. What's up? It was a twofer, Ed. A twofer. It was a twofer. You almost got a threefer. I almost made it to Gina and Johnny, but I didn't. I wanted to. Wanted to see their album release thing, but missed out on that. Roger, how are you? Thank you for being here. Brad from Abe's Lincoln in the house. What's going on? Rick from Rockstar. Thank you. Megan Miller in the house from the Cassette Junkies. Allow me to say, she killed it, and we're going to talk about it over the weekend. Wow. What a pate it was. Partay. Mr. Bob Klein, it was wonderful to run into you. What a surprise that was on Saturday night to finally get to talk in person to the Bob Klein. Bob is a great contributor to our programs, everybody, in case you don't know. And he has some of the greatest insight about things, and we love having him with us. So cool. Thank you, Bob. And it was great to see you. Colleen, got to see you also. Man, everybody's on here rolling in. Thanks for being here today, guys. We're having a great day here on the Book of Face and on what we call the Tube of You. So if you're joining us today, thank you. I'm getting a few things accomplished here as we try to get things rolling on this wonderful Monday. It is February 3rd, everybody. Puxatawny Phil saw his shadow, they said, right? Isn't that what he did or didn't? Or I don't know how that works, but how can a groundhog be a weatherman? That's my question of the day. Yes, my question of the day. Hi, Mike Trent. How are you? But you have to go into a meeting. Well, thanks for being here for a minute, Mike. It's good to see your smiling face. It is. And Ed says Bob has great perspective. He does. And it was great to meet him, wasn't it, Ed? I mean, we had a little reunion there, like a all around town reunion on Saturday night. Brian Middendorf in the house. Got to see him Friday. He was in there with the DV8 crew at the wonderful Bell and the Bear. It was a great twofer at the Bell and the Bear this weekend. So welcome, everybody. What a weekend it was. And your number one source for live local music, news, bands, venues, and more. Right here, your home for everything music at All Around Town Radio. By the way, Ladder, I love where you placed your logo on this shirt because it can actually be seen. Most of the time they're down like here, but thank you. Mike says the meeting hasn't started yet. Billy Sutherland in the house. He got to check out the Genesis Retouched over the weekend, which I also heard was a fantastic show as well. So last Thursday, our Who's Playing Out segment brought us about 6,000 plays. So thank you for that. We appreciate the shares that you gave us. And, that's the most important show we do of the week. That is our list of who's playing out and where in the tri-state for the week. And if you'd like your band or a musical act featured on that, all you have to do is send us a DM and we'll get you involved in one of our gig groups. We will, for real. Yes, Jim said great seeing everyone at the Bell. I agree, Jim. That was a much needed weekend for me to be there and amongst great friends always at the Bell and the Bear. It's a wonderful place. It is. All right, Mike, watch after. Yeah, you can do that. So many people don't know that. People run into me in places and they're like, oh, I missed it. I missed your show. You can catch it anytime. It's not interactive that way, but you can catch it anytime, folks. Definitely. If you didn't know that, it stretches with the ladies stuff. Thank you, Quinn. Well, here, let me see if I can. We needed Karis to wear one of those is what we needed over the weekend. Yes, we'll leave that alone. I was joking with her about that. All right. Hey, guys, don't forget our weekly programming. Of course, Monday here, every Monday, the Weekend Update. Tuesday, Hot Topic Tuesday with my co-host with the most, Karis. Sponsored by the Bell and the Bear. Wednesday with the band. This week, the Winter Blues Experience. Ed Sawicki's going to join me as well as Peter and a couple musicians are going to be here to talk about the Winter Blues Experience that's going on this weekend at the Manor House. And I'll have the honor of being the MC at that event. So looking forward to that as well. We are. Hey, Sean Cooper, thank you for dropping in. I got to get started. I got a lot to talk about here. Jeff Vance, I got to give you props. If you're not on long, if you've got something going on, I have to give Jeff Vance props. The sound on Saturday was phenomenal. You absolutely killed it. And thank you. You made Ladder sound like they were on the world tour, man. It was so good. So thank you for that, Jeff. You work very hard at it, and the guy never gets rattled, people. He doesn't. He's one of the best sound guys I know. He can move lots of bands on and off the stage. He's proven that at some of the events there. Yes. And Bob, I agree with you 100%. Ed captures the moment. In fact, I put on a post today when I posted my Ladder pictures that I am no Ed Sawicki. Believe me, I just get caught up in the moment. I shot like 150 pictures of Ladder the other night. I don't know what I was thinking. I should just always share Ed's, because he always has the best. He does. And Quentin had one for Karis, he said. All right. Hello, Erica. It was great to see you twice this weekend, too. It's great to be amongst friends there. It is. And yes, Jeff did awesome. Jeff is awesome, Quentin. Absolutely. And Jeff has the smooth temperament of a driver's ed instructor. Kevin Cooper with the win on that one. Absolutely. So let me get started here. We kicked it off on Friday night. If you followed our page at all today, you've seen what we wrote about some of the bands. But allow me to say, I don't know, other than some big fundraising events, I don't know if I've been to the Bell and the Bear when the crowd was that big in a long, long time. I haven't been there a bunch lately because of driving at night and some things like that. But wow, what a crowd. What an amazing crowd. What an energetic crowd. What a crowd full of musicians, by the way. Chris Reese once said something about it being the place where musicians go to hang out in their clubhouse, and I think that's true. It was wonderful. And thank you for that, Bob Klein. That's Jeff, did you hear that? The mix was fabulous Saturday. That's coming from a guy who knows how to mix music. So thank you, Bob. And Erica, thank you very much. Colleen, she said, I didn't bother taking pictures Friday because Ed and Carrie were both there. I know. I always try to get a few weird ones. I take some pictures that they don't take and throw it out there. Hello, Roger Diltz, my good brother from the FD. Thanks for being here. And good to have you. Good to have you on the show, buddy. Let me talk about, first of all, the Cassette Junkies on Friday. Crowd, unbelievable. Huge crowd. Massive, huge capacity. Line outside, waiting to get in. One out, one in. Insane. You top that off with the comedy club next door having a full house. Man, I think they need a trolley to run to the Bell from the outgoing. It's like parking at Disney World or something to get in there sometimes. But it was great. I got there right before the band started. Megan, if you're still out there, Megan promptly met me with that beautiful smile of hers and a big hug. And thank you, Megan. You are so wonderful. And Megan is so appreciative of people who come and see their band. And it's the first time I had a chance to come and see the Cassette Junkies. And boy, was I thrilled with it. It was so cool. Such a great show. And Megan has a wonderful stage presence, energetic. She performs. She is a performer. But there's also the rest of the band who's just as excited up there, and they're having so much fun and putting on such a stellar show. And, and there were some people, I will say, I'm going to get the elephant out of the room. There were a few sound hiccups, but it happens. It did not dampen the spirit of the crowd in any way, shape, or form. So, and the band knew it, and they're working through it. It's when you add players to a band, new players, you have things like that happen. There will be issues, and those issues are minuscule compared to the show that they put on. And if you're out there, guys, say hi. Ty Richards, I see you. Lauren, thank you for being here. Kara, thanks for dropping in. Carl Bray is in the house. Got to see him on Saturday too. As we get into the ladder talk here, we'll get to that. But let me see if I can get here the list. Just the first set of the Cassette Junkies. How about Any Way You Want It, White Wedding, Summer of '69, Owner of a Lonely Heart, Don't Bring Me Down, Peace of Mind. Let's see, Shook Me, all medley, it says here, they did. Hold the Line, Just What I Needed, Dance the Night Away, You Give Love a Bad Name, In My Dreams, Dokken. Who does Dokken Night? Isn't that a Dokken tune? I think so. No, maybe not. Maybe I'm thinking of something else. Paper and Fire, Beat It, and Desire. Wow. Devil Went Down to Georgia, and the fiddle was in the house. In the house, and Welcome to the Jungle. That's set number 1. All right, set number 1. And what do we have here? Let me see some of the comments. Boy, you did miss out, Evelyn. But you got to see Danny Laverde in Nashville. Cool, with Thomas Friel. That's awesome. I'm glad Danny's down there doing his thing. He's a rock star. Danny Laverde is. He really is. And Megan, don't dwell on the sound, dear. I will tell you, don't dwell on the sound. It happens. I've seen some of the biggest and best bands that I've ever seen in my life have sound issues. And you guys were rocking. Ty, what's up, buddy? Good to see you. Joshua, thank you for being here. And I know it's not your norm. I heard that from everybody in the room that knows your band and follows your band. They said this is not normal for them. And they've seen you at a lot of outdoor festivals and things like that. So, yeah, I don't know why I had a brain blip on that. It is Dokken. Thank you, Kara. I should know that from my music trivia days. But I just, sometimes when I'm on here, I'm looking at I have 4 screens going in front of me, people. So the brain gets in overload. Bob said he wanted so bad to be there for Cassette Junkies as well. Just couldn't make it work. Bob, you got to see him. You do. And Rick says, if it's perfect, it's not live. That's true. That is so true. And things happen, little hiccups happen, but I don't want to dwell on that. I want to talk about the entertainment of the Cassette Junkies. My God, were they good. And what a crowd. It helps when you have a full house anytime because the energy level's there. The people are there. They're having fun. They're dancing. They tore the floor up dancing with the Cassette Junkies. And Megan, she works that crowd like a champ. She gets them to a fever pitch. And Quentin's going to be in Nashville tomorrow for the week. Look up Danny Laverde, wherever he's playing. He's playing drums somewhere down there, Quentin. Tell him you played the bell over the weekend. He'll be thrilled. Catherine, thank you. Sharon is Karen. That's right. Share the show today, guys, if you can. And yes, Toy said Cassette Junkies still. They did. It was awesome. And it was great to see you there, Toy. And here's a great example. Toy and Rick and the Rockstar crowd from that band, they were there Friday night and then went up Saturday and killed it at our friend Tina's place in Springfield. They killed it. And, she's so thrilled with them. She said she'd book them once a month. It's like crazy. And Rick said the show was great. Hi, Bronson. What's up? Thanks for being here. Chris Reese was there. He was there for the Cassette Junkies. And we were joking, Megan, if you're out there, about that picture I got of you holding the water bottle. It's going to change the entire demographic of my show when I post that picture as a cover page. I'm telling you. It will. Won't it, Chris Reese? It will. And Quentin singing tomorrow at the Grand Ole Opry. No joke. Wow. Cool for you, buddy. That's fantastic. So let's get to a few more songs that the Cassette Junkies do, because I want people to know about them. If you haven't yet figured it out, you may. Let me zoom in here because I took a picture of the set list. So Land of Confusion, set 2, Baba O'Reilly, Cherry Bomb, Carry On Our Wayward Son. Oh my God, look at all these. Africa, New Year's Day, Chain, Money for Nothing, Don't Tell Me You Love Me, I Will Survive, Sweet Dreams, What I Like About You, Living on a Prayer, and Wild West Medley, Love Shack, and Long Time Boston. Yeah, how about that? How about that? And then adding into that, set 3, which I was not there for, I must say, Easy Lover, Head Over Heels, Working for the Weekend, Renegade, Take Me Home Tonight, Let's Dance, Under Pressure, Fat Bottom Girls, Separate Waves, Home Sweet Home. And I don't know if they did the encore or not, but Don't You Forget About Me. Throw Your Fist in the Air. Yes, do a little Breakfast Club action. So, yes, Cassette Junkies, put them on your must-see list. Megan, you are a fantastic performer and vocalist. I am so glad I got to see you, and thank you for being here on the show today. And Rick said, loved O'Connors. Thank you, Rick. They loved you, believe me. I've heard from a lot of people. They loved you up there. And Jeff said the medley mashups are awesome. They are. They're cool. And Jeff, I told Jeff on Saturday, I wish he'd have been there to help the sound guy a little bit on Friday night, because that system can be difficult if you're not up on it. A lot of time I've seen that happen when Jeff hasn't been there. Jeff's kind of the house sound guy, by the way, and is the house sound guy now when he's not playing in his band or Velveteen or doing some other things. And yes, very extensive set list, Mark Robinson. You were right. Thanks, Mark. Mark is the vocalist, by the way, on Sweet Sister Mercy's version here of the All Around Town theme song. He's the one that says, show. Thank you. Megan, love you right back. And man, I got to get out again and see you. I will be out again to see you. You guys you were spectacular. And, you were kicking those boots too. Looking good, Megan. You were. And just the vocals, everything. And the band is deep in vocals too. They're deep. It's not just Megan up front. I mean, there's a lot of vocalists. There's a lot of good musicianship. And it was just a cool show. And Bell and the Bear was thrilled. And here's an example at the Bell and the Bear. They're having issues with some firewall issue on their point of sale system, which is not allowing them to take credit cards. Things got a little chaotic in there for a while. So it happens. Things happen in the business. And you got to overcome, adapt, and make them work. And Megan sure did. And the band sure did. And Toy, I was waiting on somebody to give me the lead into that. And Colleen says, happy for Rockstar fans. Hey, Shane DeMoss, what's up, buddy? And yes. And yes, Shane is also the brows. Let me tell you, the brows were on point. Megan's brows were on point. That's all I got to say. She rocks them. She does. And yeah, Quentin says, Brian, the drummer, he killed it as well. Just great stuff. It was good. In fact, hold on a minute. Let me do something here. I'm sorry, guys. I'm a little out of sorts today, as I do many days. The older you get, the worse it gets. But let me say here, the band, the Cassette Junkies, because I want to give them a shout out if I can. Mike Gaines on bass and vocals. Dave Gaines, keys and vocals. Is it Simon? Will Simon? Lead guitar or Simon? Lead guitar. Steve on guitar, riders. And Brian Broomall, drums and vocals. Will White doing sound. Tara Gaines on the fiddle. She killed it, by the way. And of course, Megan Miller on lead vocals. Megan, you knew you couldn't escape the brow comments today. And if you're watching and you didn't catch up with that on what we're talking about, it's a little inside joke, but some jerk off, can I say that on the air, made some comment about Megan's brows and then was trying to backpedal, but he was being a keyboard warrior and Megan took him down like the Titanic. I love it. I love it. Nice job, Megan. Nice job. And so did everybody else. Because, if there's one thing I hate in life, it's a tool with a keyboard who says crappy things to people online. Yeah, even though it's not Tuesday, I could probably say that because, Karis would have said worse. You know that. And Megan browbeat him. That is great, Brad. That's great. Oh, that's perfect. You guys crack me up. And it was great to see you, Brad. I mean, the musicians that were in the house that night were having a blast. It was Dave MF and Wade's birthday party there. And the DV8 crowd was in the house. Got to see Jim Cuesta before he had to go home and go into labor pains over giving birth to his Genesis baby on Saturday. And a lot of things going on. And Ed, I couldn't agree with you more either. I am so sick of people trashing people on the internet. I mean, if I didn't have a business on it here in this, I don't know if I'd be on right now. It's pretty bad. And if we could all just love each other and support each other a little bit, it'd be fun. But what browser do you use? I love it. I love it. All right. Well, I've got to move on. I have a lot to talk about today, and unfortunately, I can't just dwell on Cassette Junkies. I wish I could. We're going to get them on the show, though. I want them on the show. We want to have an interview. We want to find out about the background of this band and all that. And you got to laugh at the trolls, I guess, but sometimes it gets really annoying. And there's so many people that are just master baiters. They bait everybody. That's all I got to say about that. All I'm going to say about that today. So let's move on. I left this massive crowd at the Bell on Friday night, Cassette Junkies. I said bye to Megan. I said, I got to go. I got another place I needed to be. And the one reason I wanted to be there was the fact that the Gamut was playing at the casino on my way home. And I wanted to at least catch a few songs of theirs because they were dedicating that show to JD. And if you guys know JD, their bass player for many years, he is fighting a courageous fight and battling an illness that is no one should have to endure. And they were dedicating that show to him. So I wanted to stop in and at least say hey to the gang because it's a tough time for that band. It really is. Bands are like families. And, that's a very difficult thing to go through. So we did get to see the Gamut. I got to see him do some great music at the casino to a full house there in the center bar. They had him up dancing, had fun going on. And, Albina on vocals, she's fantastic. And then, of course, Mark and others. If you hear my dogs barking, it's the daily, somebody comes to the door while I'm on the show. But it's the Amazon guy knows my dogs by name. I do want to say our thoughts and prayers go out to JD, his family, and of course the band and their extended family as well. And everybody that knew him knows he's just a wonderful person. He was a big contributor to our radio platform here, and just a wonderful guy. And we'll even do a little dedication to him today as well, because what I want you to know is I think this right here, I'm going to throw a picture of JD up. This personifies his personality. He is just one badass dude. And I love the clouds and the mirrored glasses there. It's just a wonderful picture of him. So we'll put that on at the end of the show again. But again, our thoughts go out to them. And I did get a chance to catch. I'm not going to dwell on their show. I've seen the Gamut a lot, and we've talked about it a lot. They do a fantastic job anywhere they play. And you know what I think about casino shows. Anyway, most of you do if you watch the show. I want to hear the band, not another lucky winner here at Miami Valley Gaming. Gosh, that PA is annoying, but it is what it is. they had a good time. So did their fans, and they were all there in support. So that's a cool thing. I got to move on though to Saturday. Had an opportunity on. Let me get some of your comments up too, guys. Thank you, Gina McCann. I appreciate that. And Gina, I'm sorry I didn't make your event yesterday. I really wanted to, but just things came up that I couldn't. So thank you for being you, Gina McCann, and wonderful applause on your CD release party. Good stuff. Look like you had a great crowd. And Heidi, thank you for that as well. Shane. Yeah, casino shows they're different. Most bars that bring bands in want the band to entertain and do a great job. I don't think that's a priority at the casino. I think it's background noise, unfortunately, sometimes, and for the casino. So to give somebody a visual, so if the husband or wife wants to go gamble and the other one doesn't, they can go something to do, and very inattentive crowd sometimes. It is. Love you, Gina. Thank you for being here and always supporting. So I did on Saturday night make a quick stop on my way out of town to go see Ladder. I stopped at Mr. Burroughs Tavern in Springboro and had a chance to talk to the boys from Grocery Store Vodka. They're great friends and wonderful people. So I had a chance to stop in there and wish them well for their show at Burroughs that night because I wasn't going to be there. Normally it's 5 minutes from my house. I'd have been there to watch them play. But they had a killer night, and I was getting reports all night long from people by text message, including my good friend Sherry Nimmersheim and Heather were there, and they were chatting about how good they were. So always good, the Grocery Store Vodka guys. And any of these people we talk about, guys, if you're watching today, please hit a little like or follow on their page. Give them the support they need. One thing I really love that we've accomplished here, and not to pump my own tires at all, because that's not what we're here for, but the connections that get made through this program and the people who meet each other makes me smile. Saturday night with all the connections, some of the things Friday night at the Cassette Junkies, getting to meet people for the first time, Bob being in the house Saturday, Jim Kilroy being there, Dewey, and a lot of people that follow the show all there, getting the chance to talk to each other, Ed meeting Bob. I mean, it's so cool. And then also to hear that, Rockstar went to Tina's place up in Springfield. And, you're not sure if they would have ever heard about that place had we not had this platform that brings people like that together. So pretty cool. Pretty cool. And Bob says 50-50 at best. Yeah, you got to roll the dice on those casino shows. Brian got to see Under the Sun at Naughty Pine. They said they rocked. Place was packed. Always. Another band I need to go see, Under the Sun. And Quentin says they gained a lot of new fans from Saturday. Man, I'm glad. And thank you guys, by the way, and thank Jim for the shout out you gave me. You didn't have to do that at all, but thanks for the promo for Haul Around Town in front of all the people there at the Bell. And that is much appreciated as well. So let's go on and talk about Ladder for a minute. Hi, Tim. There's the lighting director for Genesis Retouched, who did a marvelous job with the room he had to work with. That's a tough room to do lighting in, Tim. And you killed it. Good job. I saw the videos. Wonderful stuff. Wonderful stuff going on there. So let's talk about Ladder. They brought their brand of rock and roll from the north across the Mason-Dixon line to the south and into the Bell and the Bear on Saturday night. Now, wasn't as big a crowd as Friday, I will say that, but there was so much going on too. You have to realize Saturday, the competition for people was insane with the sold-out Genesis show of people who go to the Bell a lot. The Mojo Rising Chris Will birthday party going on at another venue, which is a lot of people that go to the Bell as well, and many other things going on that night that kind of spread the crowd a little thinner, but still a great crowd for Ladder. I got to see people there on Saturday night I hadn't seen in a long time, years as a matter of fact. But I also got a chance to run into some wonderful people like Bob Klein and have a little bit of an opportunity. It wasn't as crazy to be able to chat a little bit and have some dialogue with folks. Carl Bray, if you're still out there, it was great to see you show up, and good. It was good stuff. Yes, Shane DeMoss. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So the ladder boys. Let's talk about the ladder boys for a minute. And I just want to make sure I don't screw anything up here because there's so much. So you had Robert Bobby Carpenter on the drums, Quentin on lead guitar, Jay Klein on bass. Jay's a rock star as well, so was Quentin, and Jimmy on vocals. And what a great band. And TJ got to see both of them. And I heard I missed you getting up at the end of the night, TJ, and singing with the band. I'm sorry I missed that. What else we got? Toy says Tina booked him on Saturday for St. Patty's Day kickoff. There you go. There you go. And thank you, Colleen, for that comment. That is so nice of you. Thank you so much. So Ladder, they brought the melt your face rock and roll. And to coin a phrase, I think I'll paraphrase what Ed Sawicki said. It was a rock master class. I mean, they put on a show like every rock band should put on. And if Carl's out there, let's see what Carl has to say. He says the band was awesome. The venue was even better. First time to see the band and being at the venue because of the show. Carl, I'm so glad you heard about it and you came and all that. It was great to see you. I'm glad you had a place to hide. Carl's just had shoulder surgery, so he's kind of trying to hide in the corner a little so nobody bumps him or those kind of things. But we had a great time that night. And the Bell and the Bear is a magical place. As those of you know that have played it or have been there, it is a music venue and people love music there. Now, I will tell you, Ladder has its own unique brand and way of doing things. And they play some songs. I mean, there was a Dream Theater song in there. There were things like that that aren't in the mainstream of the rock and roll world. But then they come at you with all these face-melting hits, too, that everybody loves. And let me see here. Let's talk about set one. Kicked it off with One Way to Rock, Rock of Ages, Yankee Rose, American Band, Bark at the Moon, Turn Up the Radio. I love Autograph. Rainbow in the Dark, which Jimmy just killed vocally. It was awesome. Rock Me, Great White. Again, he's great with that. Yes, Addicted to That Rush. Crying in the Rain, Get the Funk Out, which you don't hear. DV8 does that, but you don't hear it very often. And then ending that set off with Panama. And, man, Quentin on guitar, another face melter there for sure. And then we had set two. I'm just going to read some set list stuff here to you. So you guys, if you didn't get to see them, have a chance to do that and hear what they played. Hey, Melissa. We found Melissa from Finding Melissa. Thank you for being here. So let me run through these fast. Foreplay, long time Boston tune in there. Working for the Weekend, Tom Sawyer, Spirit of the Radio, Inner Sandman, Separate Ways, Pull Me Under. And by the way, don't take offense to this Ladder, but if I never heard Separate Ways again in my life, I'd be all right with it. I like the song. It's just everywhere I go. Yeah, Pull Me Under, Modern Day Cowboy. They did a Whitesnake medley, which was fantastic. Jeff Vance will attest to that. We were talking about that. Eyes of a Stranger, you get that in there, little Queensryche action, and Hall of the Mountain King. Think about those songs, man. They're great tunes. And then set three, Mr. Crowley. I bet that's what TJ did. Was that the one TJ did? Because I missed set three, I think. Set three was like at 11 o'clock, dudes. Silent Lucidity in there. Some more Queensryche, which I love. Pour Some Sugar on Me. The Last in Line. Wasted Years. Jump. Come On, Feel the Noise. Talk Dirty to Me. Home Sweet Home. And Highway to Hell for an encore, people. How about that? That's a hell of a set list. These guys are rock stars. I'm telling you, they really are. Ladder. And they come from way up north. Toy says he's got to check them out. You do, Toy. It's right in your wheelhouse, my friend. It's good stuff. And just wonderful, wonderful, wonderful bands that played this weekend. And I can't say enough about the guys from Ladder. They're so nice. I fanboyed at the end. I will admit it. I got a picture. Ed took it for us. I got a picture with the band, and because I love these guys, and that one's getting printed and put in the studio because it's just it's a good one. It is, and I love those guys a lot. First time I saw them was at the Phone Booth Lounge in Kettering. I think it was me, a guy asleep on the bar and 2 other people in the place. So, and we got there late, got there at like 11 o'clock. And it's funny because we talk about this on the show. You bring a band that nobody knows their name and it's like people just don't come, and man, do they miss out. And thank goodness the Bell crowd is not that way. They show up, they show up and do their thing. And Quentin says, was that TJ that did Crowley with you? TJ's got a great voice. He does. He's awesome. And hi, Denny. Thanks for being here. So, yeah, you got to see Ladder. And Megan, we got to take a road trip. That's what we got to do. Whenever they're playing somewhere, we get a group of people together and go take a road trip. And, yeah, good stuff. And, Toy's guitar solo was rocking, too, those videos. And Tina said to make sure everybody knew that the videos didn't do it justice. They were fantastic up there. Sometimes cell phone videos can really not pick up all the sound, depending on where you're standing. It was like if I would take a video of the band at the Bell behind the PA, you're not going to hear much because they were all wearing in-ears, most of them, except for Jimmy, who was using the old school in-your-ear monitor. And that's a wonderful. I'd love to come up north, Quentin. I would love to come up north and see you guys. I want to see you in Salina up there at that big moose stock or whatever they do or something, whatever's up there. I think Bob plays that too every other year or something. So we'll get up and see that. Thank you to Ladder. Thank you for the shirt, by the way. I will wear it proudly. And thank you for a great night of rock and roll. I spent a lot of time that night with Karis, and she was thrilled. The people there kept coming up, and after you guys made that announcement that I'd kind of gotten you in the place at one point, I couldn't tell you how many people came up, shook my hand, and said, thank you, this is a great band. So that means a lot to you guys. I'm sure that the crowd endorsed you there because it's a music venue, and people know good music there. And if you're not good music there, they'll know that too, and you guys were great. If I drank every time you guys said green light, though, I'd still be there, sleeping somewhere in the corner in the fetal position. I don't know how Jimmy does it. It's crazy. It is. It's crazy stuff. Yeah, Duckfoot would be fun. That'd be good. I'd like to. May have to do that. Thank you, Kevin. We're out of here too. We're about at the 40-minute mark, so we got to be running as well. He said Genesis Retouched or Recap would be a show in itself, was 100% spot on. First time I saw him play, they were. And Mike Roberts played the entire evening at Trillions with you guys. Man, that is awesome. Didn't miss a beat. Mike Roberts, glad to hear that, man. He scared us all too. So, guys, we're going to get on out of here. We'll be back tomorrow with Hot Topic Tuesday. I will tell you again that we want everyone to please, if you can, put in your thoughts. Our friend John Dale, JD, as he's known from the Gamut, who's fighting a horrible battle right now. And we love him. And we hope he does well. That's all we got today, everybody. Thanks for being here. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.
Working for the weekend, and I want to see a show. I flip on the book of face. Yeah, I know where to go. There's a man over there into the music scene, showing lots of love for the community.